Welcome to the bear and the brush and the big black dog. Get your nose off the table, dude. Dude, I'm trying to record a video here. Yeah. Okay, this time I'm doing just a really nice and simple hobby build. I got some art boys that needed painting. I got some base toppers I 3D printed. I wanted to try some Pro Acryl metallic paints, and also I wanted to try the Pro Acryl metallic medium to make my own bluish metal color. And I did all this for the video. And I decided, hey, why not try a cheap OSL trick with the airbrush to make them glow a bit from below, maybe. We'll see how it went, and let's jump right in, okay? I started with some base toppers that I got from a Kickstarter and gave them a black primer and a total unnecessary white zenithal. I don't know why I did that. Well, they got a bright red base coat, and then I slowly build up from an orange to smaller parts yellow for the hottest, brightest parts of the lava base. With brighter paints, I try to hit smaller areas to get this gradient effect of radiant heat coming from the lava base. The easy part was the dry brush, or not so dry brush. I tried to paint over most of the base, but keep the recesses like red, orange and yellow, so it really looked like there's moving hot lava beneath a crackled surface. Also, I painted the base rim black because it just looks good. The minis got an over-the-top zenithal. I really went in with the white over the black primer because I wanted to test two things. First, how well do these metallics from Pro Acryl cover? And second, I wanted to do a contrast method combined with oil washes, and I need a really bright base for that. Most excited I was for the metallic medium from Pro Acryl because it's like empty metallic paint. You use the transparent paint line they got to make your own metal colors. And I decided to use a blue because I wanted a nice contrast to all the warmth and reds that I got on this minis and on the base already. It mixed like a charm. Just put a few drops in, shake it well, and you got your own metal color. It's amazing stuff, you should try it out. While mixing it, I gave it a few test runs and tried to find a perfect ratio for the color I wanted. It came down to like 10 drops on a half dropper bottle full of this medium. And then I just started painting. I started with the red first and worked my way through all the other contrast paints. I took 4 different greens to get some nice skin tone variation on all of my Orruks, because making them all the same green is kind of boring. If there's a contrast color that's too dark for your liking, just add some more contrast medium into them and they become much more translucent. I did this for one of the greens, which was really dark. For all the skulls and horns and bony bits, I used my favorite contrast color ever, and that's Skeleton Horde. Seriously, they look so old and used and weathered just from this paint alone. I really love this stuff. And of course all the other stuff like wooden handles, leather strips and whatnot, they all need contrast paint. And there's a wide range available for these brown tones, and I just tried to mix them all together. And mixing them gives nice variety. Take 3 to 4 brown tones and rotate them on the different parts of the Orruks. One for the leather strips on one Orruk is the wooden handle on another. really simple to give them variety. I wanted to give the chains in the armor a really weathered and dirty look, so I used black Templar contrast paint to give them a good base for that. Okay, I will not try to say the name of the white contrast paint, but I used it for the handles. And with all that done, we already reached the ugly face. I don't like minis when they look like that. It's hard for me to push through at this point because they just look ugly. But I did, and I grabbed my trusty broken toad brush and I grabbed my self-made metal paint and I painted all the weapons in this bright blue. By the way, this stuff needs 2 coats. Okay, time to test out the Pro Acryl paints. I'm really excited. And I have to say, even going over white, and you know, going over white with metallics is a bad idea, they cover so well. The dark tones just needed 1 coat to cover it all up. And even the lighter paints, like the copper stuff, use a little thicker layer and you can cover the white in just 1 go. It's amazing. And with this all down, I went in and went with the copper over the darker metals, and even that covers basically instantly. For the extra metal parts like pommels, counterweights, chains and whatnot, I went in with a really bright silver, and I just dotted a little bit of the silver onto the chains and the armor to give it some variation. So even if they are rugged, dirty orcs, they need badass sharp weapons. So I used a pretty wide stroke as an edge highlight on all the blades, just to make them look really, really sharp. So far I rarely use dry brushing, but in this case dry brushing a silver over all these metals gave them first a shinier look and even a more used, scratched look too. Dry brushing is super easy. Just take a $1 makeup brush and put it in your paint, wipe most of the paint off on a paper towel or whatever, and then go over the model and try just to catch the raised areas, and it gives it a really nice highlighted look. I can totally understand if people don't want to use oil washes. I was hesitant at first too, and it's a really messy process. However, you can use a normal wash for this step, but you have to be careful where you place the wash. You only want the recesses on the top parts and wash all the lower parts that are in the shadows. With an oil wash, you just put it all over, wait a few minutes, and then remove the parts that you don't want. It's like reverse painting, and I really enjoy the process. And then catastrophe struck. The thinner from my oil washes reacted with the sticky parts from my painting handles. I mean, I should have known this because some plastics react to this stuff, some plastic don't. But they got really sticky and they were pulling strings and stuff, and I thought I ruined my models. But luckily I could remove it all. I let them dry and now they are back to normal again. But yeah, don't use oil washes or thinner stuff when you use this sticky paint handles and you don't have a base protecting the sticky stuff. Lesson learned. So the oil was off, it dried for 24 hours. Time for some more highlights. Using a simple red from Vallejo, I went in and painted all the open mouth and tongues and stuff. I also stippled some red on the decorative bits on the armor, and I tried to be really messy about it because it got burned off or banged off in a fight or something. To complement the whole paint scheme, and make them look like they're infused with this raw heat and power from the volcano, I gave them bright, glowing orange eyes. And I think this really ties this paint job together. Just this small detail. Hey, but after all, there's a living being inside this armor, and this means sweat and other bodily fluid. Okay, so to represent that, I just went in and added verdigris to all the parts where the armor connects, and all this stuff would seep through. Oh god, what a horrible thought. Okay, time to cheat some OSL. OSL is like a really delicate process, and you have to add all these lights from where the light source hits the object and yada yada yada. I wanted a cheap way, okay? So I just went in, took my airbrush, and you can do this with a brush. There's no problem doing it with a brush, it will just take much longer. And I just hit them from below where the glowing lava is with an orange ink, because ink is transparent and it kept a lot of the colors, but it tinted them orange, like from the orange light coming from the base. Nice. I wanted to add some variation to this, so for half of them I added white ink first, and then they all got a second spritz of the orange ink. Done. OSL done in like 5 minutes for 10 guys. Now they needed to be connected to the base. And, well, that's no magic. I looked for the place where the pin would go, shortened the pin a bit, drilled a hole, added super glue, and then just put them on the base. They instantly stuck, and I had no issues with that. Yes, there are some layers of paints between the parts, but they are sticking really well. To sell the volcano eruption a bit more and maybe hide the line between the foot and the base, I used some pigment fixer and some ash pigments and just got the stuff all over them. Actually today I want to thank a lot of nice people for supporting my work. And first of all, it's Kutami, my sponsor, and if you got any kind of hobby needs, please feel free to click the link in the description and visit their shop. Also, the next thing I will be giving away on this channel will be coming from Kutami. I may also paint that. And there are two other nice people I really want to say thank you to. First of all, it's Shamus, my first ever patron, and the second one is Dennis, who joined shortly after. And thank you so much, guys, for supporting my work. And if you want to join in, there is a link to my Patreon in the description. I've got a Discord server if you want to chat to me or stuff. Just join in if you want to. Also, someone bought my first merch, and that makes me really happy too. And if you want a nice epic shirt like this, or maybe like the classic bear and brush logo, check my Teespring shop. Well, and here they are. Look at them rotating. Rotating. Rotate. What? Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, please hit those pesky buttons down below and like, subscribe, and maybe comment if you want to try OSL for yourself and maybe what you want to see me doing in the future. And have a good one. Bye guys. Dude, I'm maybe trying to record a video here. Yeah, I love you too. Yes, thank you very much. Blah.